Hello, students. In today's lecture, we'll be learning about the concept of organizational environment. Now, environment here it means surrounding. In normal way, or we consider environment as surrounding. Whatever we see around us is called as environment. But as far as organizational environment is concerned, it means there are two types of environment in organization, business organization. One is internal environment, the other is external environment. Okay, so in internal environment, we have, or it includes all those factors which are present inside the organization. For example, your infrastructure, your employees, your mission, your vision, right, your objectives, everything is a part of internal environment. While as external environment means those factors like your market environment, which consists of your customers, suppliers, middlemen. Okay, then taste and preferences of customers, their demand, their buying behavior, their capacity of buying. Everything is a part of market environment. Second is your technological environment. In technological environment, you have various developments in technology around the world. Whatever new developments and advancements are taking place in the technology, it forms part of technological environment. Then next is your regulatory environment, which consists of various laws which are passed by government from time to time. Okay, and of course the organization has to follow this laws strictly, otherwise legal action will be taken against the organization. Okay, then in case of supplier environment, this is the third type, which consists of availability of supply of raw materials, regular reliable power supply, supply of machinery, tools, equipments, and cost of reliability of the same, supply of skilled labor, cost of training, etc. Then you are having the fourth type in external environment is economic and environment, which includes the stage of economic development and growth rate of that economy, economic system in the country such as capitalism, socialism, mixed economy, then the monetary fiscal policies of the country, income level, distribution of income, GDP, GNP, per capita income, rate of capital investment, economic planning, annual budgets, import export policies, existence of financial institutions specialized in providing industrial and agricultural finance, banking system, transportation, stock exchange, communication facilities, etc. Okay. This was the fourth one. Next one is your political environment, where it consists of everything related to your politics in the present in the country, which includes the political system in the country, that is whether it is democratic, dictatorship, socialism, etc. Then existence of political parties and their ideologies, means what are the policies of those political parties, how do they think, what are their goals, what are their policies about the development of the economy. Then the political structure, political stability and maintenance of law and order, single party government or coalition government, political process like elections, funding, political parties, how the political parties are funded, how they are formed, how does the election take place in that particular country. Then the intervention of political institutions into business and industry, formation of government, political awakening among the people and awareness about their rights and responsibility, and quality of political leadership. That means everything which is related to political forms the part of political environment. Okay, then another type of environment is about socio-cultural environment, which includes everything, all kinds of cultures existing in the society. That means attitude of people, value system, rituals, customs, beliefs, lifestyle, social behavior, social practices, expectation of the society from the business, structure of family. For example, in India, we mostly have joint families. In Abroad we see nuclear families, right? Then family values, family patterns, relationships. In India we believe that we should take care of our elders, senior citizens, isn't it? In foreign countries they believe that, maximum countries we see that when children are, they become adult, then they are left independent to live themselves, isn't it? So that is their part of their culture. So your family pattern, relationship, then what kind of a position a woman is having in the family. Okay, some families, or in some cultures, do have women dominated societies. In India we have male dominated societies. Again, family to family the domination also changes. Some families are dominated by women. Okay, then position and problem of senior citizen, attitude towards materialism, importance of entrepreneurial values in society, level of education and literacy in the society, condition of mass education, attitude of society towards minority. These are the part of socio-cultural environment where we come across what kind of a culture exists in that particular society. Okay, then next is our international environment. It includes the global financial system, the commercial economic agreement, GATT. Then we are having WTO. All those international organizations which are playing role in international environment, fostering trade. All these are form a part of international environment. So students, there are two types of environment in business organization: internal and external. Just now we saw what are the external factors and which are the internal factors. Okay, now what happens, these environmental forces, that means you are having political environment or you are having technological environment. For example, there is a change in the technology. Now advanced technology have come up in the market, isn't it? So now if the organization is producing its products with the old technology and new technology comes in the market, then of course it's the organization has to take the decision that whether you are supposed or whether you have to adopt that new technology or continue your production with the old technology. The matter here is that, take another example. Now for example, GST is a new law passed, right, in regulatory environment. So what happens, these organizations, all business organizations were, first of all, they were finding it very difficult to go for that GST, but now they have been used to it. So matter over here is that these environmental forces bring about certain opportunities and threats for a business organization. Okay, now what is the role of business organization? It has to accept the change taking place in the external environment, because external environment is always uncontrollable. You can't control customer, you can't control technological environment, you can't control any factor on the external environment, because it is uncontrollable, it is beyond your control, right? Whatever changes are taking place in the external environment, you just have to accept those changes and adapt with those changes. That is the only thing which an organization can do. Okay, now for example, your customers don't purchase your product, they have rejected your product. Okay, now what you can do, you can just accept the fact and you can make changes in your product and relaunch it, or you can withdraw the product, isn't it? The fact over here is that you will have to accept the fact that your customers are not ready to purchase your product, isn't it? So that is a threat for your business. Your demand for your product is declining day by day, your sales are declining, your profit is declining, and it's a matter of great concern. So this is a threat which you can see from an external environment it's coming. So at that time the management has to decide a strategy or a policy where it has to go for a long standing in the market. It has to bring up its sales and demand for its product in a good manner, and it has to gain its position back. Right now, how they can do that, that has to be decided. Okay, so the point over here is that these environmental forces have an impact on functioning of organization. Okay, as I said, external environment is uncontrollable and internal environment is controllable because it is within your organization. You can control your people, you can control your policies, you have control over everything which is happening within the organization. Okay, so these environmental factors, forces, or factors create opportunities for the firm and also pose threats on its business. Okay, so how to deal with threats, how to adapt with the changes, that we are going to learn in this topic. So the definition of environment is that it is aggregate of all conditions, events and influence that surround and affect it. Aggregate means it's a combination of whatever events and conditions are taking place around the organization. Okay, and its effect is called as organizational environment. Okay, now we are going to see what are the features of organizational environment. As I said, environment is surrounding. In case of business organization, it is internal as well as external environment. So the first point is environment is complex. Yes, it is complex because it consists of various factors, events and conditions, and these factors interact with each other, producing every time a new effect. You can't predict that what is going to happen tomorrow in the market. Anything can happen, isn't it? So tomorrow it may happen that your competitor may enter the market. Suppose you have decided to launch a new product and tomorrow you are supposed to launch it. Before tomorrow, today itself your competitor came up with the same kind of product. You don't know what is going to happen in the market. Everything is so very uncertain and complicated and complex because anything can happen anytime. So we say that environment is very complicated or complex. Okay, then second one is environment is dynamic. Of course, the environmental changes continuously, and the degree and the magnitude of influence of different factors of environment undergo a change from time to time. Also, the interaction of these components of environment also change over time. Therefore, the environment is dynamic. Dynamic means it keeps on changing. Anything can happen anytime. You can't predict it. As it is complicated, it is also dynamic. The next is environment is multi-faced. Multi-faced means it is having various phases. Now the changes in environment are perceived differently by different people and organization. So some people may look at the change or whatever change has taken place in the environment in a positive manner. Some people will look at it in a negative manner. So it depends upon what kind of attitude you are having and how you observe the change. Okay, so for example, your competitor has entered into the market. Okay, so now some people will say that it's a threat for the business, your survival is being in danger, right? But some people may say that it's okay, let the competitor enter the market, I'll be more alert. Okay, I'll go for battles of competition. Okay, I'll go for heavy advertisement and publicity, I'll try to retain my customer. Okay, so it's a good challenging job, so I'll take it as an opportunity. This may be thought of some of the management or some business organization. So it depends how you consider or how you take that change, whether you take it positively or negatively. Okay, so it depends upon the perception of the observer. How environment appears is a matter of analysis and assumption of the observer. How and what the observer sees the environment, how does he view the different events and changes in the environment, and how he analyzes the influence and the interrelationship of different components of environment. All this decide the nature and form of environment to the observer. A particular change in environment or a new development in environment is viewed by different people in different ways. One organization may view it as a threat to business, while the other may look at it as an opportunity. So it is said that environment is multi-faced. Okay, the next is environment has a far reaching impact. Now environment has a deep impact on the existence, growth and survival of the organization. Environmental compatibility is essential and important prerequisite for a good organization. An organization which does not develop its plans and policies, strategies, and practices suitable and appropriate to the environment in which it exists neither can become successful nor can protect its existence and sustain its survival. Therefore, you should, environment definitely has a deep influence and impact on the organization. Therefore, you have to chalk out a strategy or a policy where you can beat your competitors, you can have a long standing in the market. Okay, so whatever practices and strategies are suitable to the environment in which you are existing, they should be chalked properly so that you can become successful in the market. Okay, so these were the features of organization. Now we are going to see what is the nature of organizational environment. So the nature here includes that the first one is stable environment. Now, stable environment means the name itself signifies that when the factors in the environment are very stable, then we say that it's a stable environment. Nothing is going to change for a longer period of time. Okay, then shifting environment. Shifting environment means continuously there has been changes or in the environmental factors. For example, customers' demand is continuously changing. Okay, today the customer is demanding your product, tomorrow it's rejecting again. Again it is demanding for another product. There is continuous shift in the environment. Then you are having homogeneous environment. When the factors in the environment are of same type, the nature of those factors is same, and the effect of those factors is also same, then we call it as homogeneous, ek sarkhe, which we call. Okay, so that is called as homogeneous. Now heterogeneous environment is different. It is opposite to homogeneous, where the factors in the environment are more than one, and they are having different effect on the environment. They are called as heterogeneous environment. Then we saw the characteristic of environment is it is dynamic. So definitely the environmental factors which keep on changing continuously, that is called as dynamic environment. And diversity environment, when we have variety of nature of variety of factors in the environment, then we call it as diversity environment. Okay, so this was all about organizational environment, its features and its nature. So today we'll end this lecture. Thank you.